What's up guys, and welcome back to Race Stop. Today we are dealing with the NA Miata once again. As you can see, taking the wheel off now. We have a small little problem with the passenger rear. So let me just get this thing off and show you guys. So with the wheel off, you can see that the problem lies right here in the knuckle bushing. And if I put my foot on the caliper and kind of get enough leverage to push it enough to show you, yeah, that bushing is shot. I do have another one, and we're just gonna go ahead and push this one out and get the new one pressed in, and hopefully it does its job. So my method here, take out the 14mm bolt, stick a pry bar or something in there to where the upper control arm can stay out of the way, so you have access to the bushing without taking the axle out or messing with anything else. Now that's out of the way, I have a nice little ball joint service kit. Comes with all these little ring attachments and stuff. I have the clamp here. What I'm gonna do is use a 24mm socket, put the open end here, and it fits perfect on the metal ring. It'll push it out evenly with this cup behind here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing out now, and I'll show you kind of the same process of putting the new one that I have here in. All right, so this is how the setup is kind of looking. Got the socket there on the threaded side and a little cup in the back to catch the bushing when it comes out. Kind of need both hands to crank down on this, so I'm not going to be recording this part, but you see what I'm talking about. It's coming out super easy. As you can see, it's already pressed into the knuckle and coming out the other side. So I'm going to pop this out real fast. And with that, it is out. Just grab this little thing here, wiggle it on out, and here's our old bushing. As you can see, it's had a little bit of a rough life. It's pretty smooth there, and it kind of rubbed its way through from the knuckle, and now it's too small to even kind of hold in there. So I'm hoping that this new one is a perfect fit for this thing. Got it off of Amazon, so we'll see if this is approved or not. I'll let you know, but we're gonna try to fit that in there and see how much movement we have afterwards. Before you install any kind of bushing, make sure you clean it up inside there with a wire brush, and then kind of just use a napkin to run through there, get all the rust particles out so it doesn't gouge the bushing or anything and start making cracks in it, and then you have less reliability with that new bushing. So now that that's all spiffied up, we can throw the new bushing in the same way we kind of got that one out. So I got the bushing started in there by hand. If you get a little bit of assembly lube on the edge of the lip here for this side, you can kind of twist it into place and like push it in there. Then you can use your clamp and push it in the rest of the way, like I said, with the socket and the little attachment for this thing. If you don't have this, I'm sure you can figure out a way to make something just as similar with a regular clamp and find some metal pieces to get this in there. Now that my hands are kind of free, I can have one hand to record this process. The clamp is kind of jammed in place, and you can see I can move this by hand, and it should slide in fairly nice. I could get stuck at a point right here where I'll need a ratchet, but yeah, we're right about there. So about halfway, you know, where it starts to bubble up here, you'll need a ratchet for this. So I'm gonna grab that. Now we can get it in the rest of the way. Alright, I had to go ahead and switch up the little attachments here. I put two of these little step attachments so that way this could sit inside there, and then this fit the bushing perfectly on the lip, and then I just kind of pressed them together and then used a small little cup on the back so that way it can't fully come out. But I'd say that the method fully worked, and now we have a nice new bushing It's pretty solid. That's definitely not going to be moving anytime soon. I do, however, have to replace all of the other bushings everywhere else, but I'm going to wait to get the energy suspension package for the entire rear and then the front as well, but that's in due time. Most of the bushings are still okay for now, and we're just going to keep shredding until we break them all. Now I can go ahead and throw the upper control arm bolt in, and what you want to do is get that anti-seize out. Make sure that has a decent amount on it, because I have broken so many bolts over the years. You just want to have it nice for the next time. Pop this thing out of here. Set that aside. Upper control arm is now tightened, and we can get that wheel back on there. And with that, I'd say the upper control arm bushing is now completed, and we can wrap up this video with a nice little car wash.